Every night she prayed for this knock but never believed it would come today.
Hi, Mom. I'm home. She thought she was dreaming, because miracles don't knock twice.
This isn't real.
It is now.
She was standing in her kitchen in Fresno, California, flour on her hands, a half-folded dish towel on her shoulder, when the front door opened. She did not look up right away. She figured it was the neighbor. It was always the neighbor. But then she heard the boots. Heavy, deliberate, military. And when Gloria Rivera finally turned around, when those 63-year-old eyes landed on the young man standing in her hallway in full U.S. Army uniform, she did not scream. She did not speak. She just crumpled. Like every prayer she had ever whispered at 2 a.m. had finally hit the floor all at once. Now, before we get into what happened next, and trust me, you are going to want to stay for every single second of this story, I need to ask you something. When was the last time you saw someone you love after a long, long time apart? When was the last time the door opened and it was exactly who you needed it to be? If that feeling just hit you somewhere deep, drop a heart in the comments right now. And wherever you were watching from tonight, tell us, who were you watching this with? Drop your city in the comments below.
Welcome to Story Tales, the channel where real human moments become the most powerful stories you have ever heard. If you are new here, welcome home. And if you have been with us for a while, thank you. You are the reason we keep telling these stories. If you do not want to miss stories like this one, soldier reunions, kindness compilations, long-distance love stories, emotional moments that restore your faith in people, then hit that subscribe button right now and ring that bell. We drop new stories every single week. All right, come on then, let us get into it. Because I promise you, if you do not watch this story all the way to the end, you will not believe what happens in the final moment. Let us begin. Part 1. The Countdown. Marcus Rivera was 23 years old when he got the deployment orders. It was a Tuesday morning in Fresno, one of those dry, dusty Central Valley days where the air smells like almond blossoms and engine heat. And he was sitting on the hood of his truck outside the base, reading the paperwork twice to make sure it was real. 14 months, overseas, limited communication. He called his mom that evening. Gloria was in the kitchen, just like she always was at 6 o'clock, making rice and beans from a recipe she had learned from her own mother in Oaxaca, Mexico, 40 years before. She heard his voice and knew immediately. Moms always know. "Marcus," she said, quietly, steadily, the way a California oak stands in a windstorm. "When do you leave?" 3 weeks, Mama." She did not cry on that call. She would save those tears for later, for the shower, for the nights alone, for every Sunday at church when Pastor Hernandez asked the congregation to pray for their men and women in uniform, and Gloria would close her eyes and whisper one name, just one name over and over: Marcus.
The first 4 months went by slowly, really slowly. Gloria would check her phone every morning before she even made coffee, hoping for a message, a voice note, anything with her son's voice in it. Sometimes she got lucky, a 30-second audio clip of Marcus saying he was okay, that the food was terrible but he was eating, that he missed California sunsets, and her cooking, and the sound of his dog, Ranger, barking at the mail truck. Those 30-second messages became her whole world. She would replay them. She would play them in the car on the way to her part-time job at the school cafeteria. She would play them at night when the house got too quiet and the silence started sounding like something bad. By month 7, the messages got less frequent. She knew why: operations, movement, communication blackouts. She understood. She was an Army mom. But understanding something and being okay with it are two completely different things. Her neighbor, Linda, started coming over on Wednesday evenings. They would drink decaf coffee and watch telenovelas, and Linda would pretend she did not notice when Gloria got up to check her phone for the 15th time in an hour. Good neighbors are angels in Costco clothes. That is just a fact. Hey, quick pause right here. We want to know, where in the world are you watching this right now? Drop your city and country in the comments. And if you have ever been separated from someone you love for months, a soldier, a parent, anyone, tell us your story below. We read every single comment. Now let us keep going. By month 12, Marcus was already thinking about the homecoming, not the official military ceremony, the real one, the private one. The one that would happen in that small yellow house on Millbrook Avenue in Fresno, with the broken porch light his mom kept forgetting to fix and the bird feeder she had put up after his dad passed away 6 years ago. He talked to his unit buddy, Darnell, about it during a quiet night at the base. "I am going to walk through that door and she is not going to know I'm coming," Marcus said, staring up at a sky full of stars that looked nothing like the California sky. "I want to see her face, just her real face before she has time to put on the brave face." Darnell was quiet for a moment. Then, "Man, your mama is going to fall apart." "Yeah," Marcus said, and he smiled for the first time in a long time. He coordinated everything with his cousin Bianca. She would make sure Gloria was home, not at the grocery store or at church or at Linda's place. She would keep it casual, tell her aunt she was dropping something off, normal, boring, Tuesday afternoon normal. The surprise was 14 months in the making, and it was about to begin. The flight from overseas to LAX took 18 hours, then a connecting shuttle to Fresno, another 2 hours in the Central Valley heat, watching the flat farmland stretch out on both sides of the highway, the almond trees in long, perfect rows, the water towers, the billboards for local politicians, everything so deeply, painfully Californian that Marcus had to look away a few times to keep himself together. He was in uniform. He had planned it that way, not to make a scene, but because he wanted her to see him exactly as he was, as what he had become, her son, a soldier, coming home. Bianca picked him up from the Fresno station. She took one look at him and burst into tears right there on the sidewalk. "You got so skinny," she said, hugging him. "Army food," he said. They drove across town in silence mostly, the kind of silence that is actually very, very loud. When they turned onto Millbrook Avenue, Marcus saw it, the little yellow house, the broken porch light still broken, the bird feeder full, the curtains in the front window, his mom's hand-embroidered curtains that she had made the year he was born, slightly parted. The kitchen light was on. She was home. Bianca turned off the car engine half a block away. Marcus got out. He adjusted his uniform. He breathed, in through the nose, slow, the way they had trained him to do under pressure. He walked up the driveway, the old concrete, the crack down the middle where he used to race Hot Wheels as a kid, past the rose bushes his father planted. He put his hand on the door handle, and he turned it, slowly, quietly. The kitchen smelled like rice and beans, like it always did on Tuesday evenings, like it always would for the rest of his life, no matter where in the world he ended up. That smell would always mean home. Gloria was at the stove, back turned, flour on her hands, dish towel on her shoulder. The radio was playing quietly, some old Spanish ballad, the kind she always said made kitchen work feel like dancing. He stood in the doorway. He could not speak. He had rehearsed something, some casual opening line, something to soften the moment, but it was gone. Every word he had ever known was gone. So he just stood there, in his boots, in his uniform, in his mother's kitchen, waiting. She heard him. Of course she heard him. Mothers always hear things no one else can. She turned around, and for one full second, just one, she did not understand what she was seeing. The brain protects itself from things that are too good to be real. It takes a moment to believe. Then it hit. She made a sound that was not a word. It was something older than words. A sound from somewhere deep in her chest that she had been holding for 14 months, 17 days, and however many hours since the last time she saw his face. The dish towel fell to the floor, and then she was across that kitchen, this 63-year-old woman with her flour hands and her tired back and her beautiful, broken open heart. And she had her arms around her boy, and she was crying into his uniform and saying his name over and over. And he was holding her up because her knees had given out. And he was crying too, this soldier, this trained and disciplined young man who had held himself together through 14 months of everything. and he just let it all go. They stayed like that, on the kitchen floor in Fresno, with the rice still on the stove and the old Spanish ballad still playing on the radio. Bianca had been watching through the window. She was filming, just on her phone, shaky and completely unprofessional, and when she posted it to Facebook that night with the caption, "He surprised her. She did not know. I am not okay," the video was shared 40,000 times by the next morning. People in Fresno recognized the house. They recognized Gloria from the school cafeteria. They showed up the next day. Neighbors, strangers, a veterans group from the east side, with food, with flowers, with handshakes for Marcus and long hugs for his mother. A local news station ran the story. Then a national outlet picked it up. That shaky, window-shot, completely imperfect video became one of the most watched emotional military reunion clips of the entire year. But here is what Marcus said in his only interview when the reporter asked him what he thought about all the attention. "I did not do it for the video. I did not do it for anyone to see. I did it because I needed her to know that I came back. Not a phone call, not a message. Me, in person, so she could feel it." He fixed the porch light that week, first thing he did, said it had been bothering him for 2 years. Here is what I keep thinking about when I think about Marcus and Gloria. I think about the 428 days he was gone. I think about the 428 nights she went to sleep in a house that did not have his boots by the door. I think about all the Tuesday evenings she made rice and beans for one person instead of two. I think about how she never stopped setting his place at the table, how she kept his room exactly the same, how she told Linda every single Wednesday that she was not worried, that her boy was strong, that he was coming home. She said it enough times that she made it true. That is what love does. That is what a mother's love does. It holds on. It keeps the light on, even when the porch light is broken. It keeps making rice and beans on Tuesday evenings because one day, one ordinary Tuesday, the door is going to open and her boy is going to be standing in the doorway, coming home. If this story moved you, if you felt something just now, then you are in the right place. Here at Storytales, this is what we do every single week. Real emotional stories, real human moments, the kind that make you put your phone down and call someone you love. If you want to be part of this community, if you do not want to miss the next story, then hit subscribe right now. Ring that bell too, because our next story is already waiting for you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell us, did this story get you? Did you cry? And what kind of story do you want to hear next? A long-distance love story? Another military homecoming, a stranger's unexpected act of kindness that changed everything. Tell us. We are listening. We always are. Until next time, from Storytales, take care of each other. See you in the next story.